start off by starting items. I think we can go Doran's Ring with 2 health pots and a warding trinket. Gotta make sure that you get that warding trinket. It's very important to your gameplay. Now, abilities. Let's talk abilities. So, your Q is your bread and butter ability. It's just the ability that you're gonna want to level up at level 1. It's not only your poke ability, it's a high amount of damage in your burst, like that, see? It doesn't do a lot of damage by itself, but I'll show you, when we get E, it'll start doing crazy amounts of damage. Hello. Alright, so let's just wait till we get to the farm, and I'll show you how much damage it comes up with E. We're about to hit level 2 here. Oops. Alright, so at level 2 you're gonna upgrade your E, and this is where your farming starts to get better, because what you could do with your E is, if there's a grouping of minions like this, you E once, then you E twice, then you Q it, and it clears the minions. So that's one thing that you could do with your E. The other thing is, here, come over here. The other thing is, okay, if I can, you know, not auto attack. So the other thing is, with your E, if you put it on someone, your Q does extra damage. You saw the 86 there that happened? It does bonus damage on overload, deals 40% more damage, and spreads to nearby enemies with flux, if you cast it again, or if you kill the target. So let's say that I killed it, right? And then it spread it automatically. So what you could do during the farm phase, you could just, oh, well, that was a bad example, but you just E and it spreads, but it has to be near other minions. Alright, so at level 3, I'd recommend going Q as second ability for mostly for the damage. Oh, whoops. So yeah, mostly for the damage, I'd go Q max second, or first. I mean, sorry. So max your Q first. Then once you've maxed your Q, I'd go E, and then your R only has 2 points that you can put into it, so it take a little while for you to finish your Q. Because your Q has 6 points, if you guys didn't notice that yet. Now, on your level 4, you're gonna upgrade Rune Prison, mostly because you'll be trading back and forth. By now, you're not just gonna be farming the lane out. You'll be trading back and forth with your lane partner. And the Rune Prison just makes it easier so that, you know, if you end up EQ, right? And then, oh look how low they are. Stop them from running, and then EQ them again. Yeah, alright. So, let me just talk about all the combos now that we have level 4. The combo that I use, the basic combo, is you go E, Q, that, E, and Q again. I didn't have enough mana for that, but you see how much damage that combo does? It does about half of an enemy Ryze's HP. So, that's the basic combo that I do. But, when we get level 6, I can show you the gank route stuff. Another thing to note is that your E and W put runes in this little circle around here. So if I E that, it gets half a rune. If I W that, it gets another one. And then you just Q and you get a shield. So yeah, so if you want to get away from someone, let's say, oh no, he's gonna kill me. So you'd E, and then you set off a W. Aw man, I'm Alright, but yeah, you'd E, and then you set off a W. Alright, so, for items on your first back. First back items that I would get is, I'd usually start off with a Catalyst, but if you don't have enough for a Catalyst, and you have enough for Tear of Goddess, go for Tear of Goddess. So, it's just based on how much mana you have, and these two items, I usually get them both at the same time. I would recommend rushing Rod of Ages because it grants stacks over time, like how long you've had the item. And it grants a stack every, I'm pretty sure it's every minute. Yeah, it grants a stack per minute. And it grants up to 10 stacks. And it gives a great amount of not only health, mana, wait, no, it gives health, mana, and ability power per stack. So, but the max is plus 200 health, plus 200 mana, I'm not 200, 100 mana, and plus 40 ability power. That's apparently the max. That's what I just read. So, going for Rod not only makes you tankier, it gives you so much damage because your abilities not only scale off of AP, they scale off of your max mana pool. And I think that's an interesting thing for Ryze because his passive helps with that. You see that damage? And that's not how you want to use your ultimate. Because you saw how I knew where he was, so I just stayed there. See, that's the combo that you want to do with Ryze. That is how you can outplay your opponents really easily. Now, you're still gonna max your Q, I think, because of the damage that it deals, and since, you know, it has 6 points. Alright, now, I'm just gonna walk down bot lane here, and I'll show you guys what I would do for ganks. So, let's just pretend that there are people here. So, let's say, oh yeah, the bot lane's pushed in, right? What can we do? And then they're backed up here. Why don't we go for an offensive gank? So you walk behind. Oh, look at this. Hello. EQ, W, EQ. And then finish off the ADC. Okay, let's walk back mid. It's just easy as that. You could teleport anywhere with this. You can also teleport your allies. Good enough. Alright, so let's say you're this low and you have a disadvantage on your opponent. Let me just wait for these minions to go away. So, let's say you're running away. He's chasing me, right? Chase me. So, oh no, he's chasing me. You gotta dodge all the abilities and stuff. So what I would do is do that, get the shield, ignite, and hide in many bushes. It's always good to hide in the brush so that your enemy can't see you. You have an advantage that way. Ah, it's close. But you see how I didn't go the EQ combo, I went EW. Reason, because if you go EWQ, what happens is you get a shield right away. That's some interesting. Only 236. Yeah, so you get a shield after, because E and W stack up your little arcane stuff. So it's your overload's passive. I think it is, yeah, it's the overload passive, because this arcane mastery is Ryze's spells deal extra based on his bonus mana pool, and his maximum mana is increased by 5% per 100 ability power. So if this needs a little bit more explaining, Ryze's abilities will deal more damage if he has more mana, and his mana is increased for every 100 ability power you have. So let's say I had 100%, 100 ability power, right? You could get that after you have like a rod or Archangel Staff. So then you'd have 5% increased mana. Now these don't stack off of each other, so you can't get like 1 million as a glitch or something. But it just goes once. It doesn't stack, unfortunately. I wish it did, because then he'd be really broken. But it doesn't stack. So what that means is if you buy mana items and AP items like the Rod of Ages or the Archangel Staff, then you'll be dealing a whole lot more damage than you would be if you just got AP items. Okay, now back to the combo. So the low health combo is EWQ, right? Yeah. I'm gonna level up E here because it deals more damage on my overload. Alright, so the next combo that I want to say is, like, let's say there's a team fight about to break out and you don't have an engage and you're playing Ryze, so you need to engage, what I would do, teleport your allies like this, teleport all of them in, and then E, W. Because what that does is the rune prison lasts longer. The rune prison lasts longer that way. So when you E and W, the root duration is doubled to 2 seconds. Yeah, okay, so the regular one is just 1 second. But then when it gets doubled, it's more effective that way in my opinion, see? Because like you could lock enemies around in turret like that, you see that? Had to force them to flash. But yeah, okay, so you see that? You could lock them under tower for 2 seconds, which is a fairly good amount of time. So that's another way you could use that. Oh. That is also another way you can use your abilities. So let's say you see a low HP minion near your enemy. Use that with your E, and then hit a nearby minion to extend your Q damage. Because it'll send like a lightning shockwave around to all the different minions, and you could finish off a low HP enemy. Alright, now, I think that's mostly it. I'm almost done. That's mostly all the combos for Ryze and stuff. The maxing order is, now that I've figured out all the damage that it deals and stuff, you go max Q, max E, max W, and then, you know, just max R every time you can. Since your R only has 2 levels, it's easier, so you don't have to level it up at level 18. Yeah, level 18, I think I'd finish off my W at level 18. Alright. Now, here are the recommended masteries that I have for Ryze Masteries right now. Alright, so now that you've seen the chart, you know, just pause the video if you need. So I can show you runes now if you need. I don't have proper runes. I'd go CDR runes with AP quints and marks of AP and seals of armor. And I think for blues, I'd go either magic resist or mana based on who you're facing. So if you're facing a go mana on those champions, so champions that that have high HP, you're gonna want to go mana. So Vladimir, Swain, and an opposing Ryze if you're in quick play or something. You want to go magic resist for the high burst champions like a Twisted Fate, a Lux, or I'm gonna say another Ryze because Ryze has a crazy amount of burst damage, but I don't know. I'd still go mana against an enemy Ryze. All right, so yeah. I could try and show you guys some cool things that I found. Like, if you didn't know, you could TP minions with you. So like, look. Oh wait, what? Okay, so you can't TP. That's one thing. You can't TP the jungle camps. You could TP these monsters though with you. I'm not sure if there's. Wait, let me try. So I think you could TP these creep minions with you if you need, but you can't TP jungle monsters. It's the one and only thing. So yeah, look, watch here. Just TP the minions with them. So you see, that could be a great way of tower diving. You bring the minions into the tower first so that you don't get focused, and then you start auto attacking the people. Right? Alright, so that concludes the video. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helps.